Fiore pad check, zoom in. Hot 6. So, in the bottom right, we have the Game Genie Terran. He's down 1 game. Number 1 ranked player in the GSL. He is... I am MVP. And in the upper left, we have our Zerg player who had an amazing game that he managed to win back there. His ID is... FXO Lucky. Say something, Artosis. Talk, Artosis.
Okay. Well, Aceless, I'm so happy.
Me too.
I'm a happy guy. I'm the luckiest guy here. It's not lucky.
Yeah, we're actually the lucky ones. You know who really won in that last game, Artosis?
Us.
The fans.
Yeah.
They got to see a great game, learn about StarCraft.
You know, I do want to point out, actually, some interesting things. For instance, FXO, formerly known as FOU, they are just kicking so much ass lately. Their players have gotten so good. They are just competing at the highest levels and always surprised and getting better and better each and every season, which is impressive because back, I mean, they had like 1 good season in GSL, like season 3 of the Open GSL. FOU, I remember, came in and was doing really good until like the round of 16 where they all died or something. And that was a 64-round tournament, so that was actually really impressive. But they are actually like complete badasses now. And a lot of them used to be like cheesy players that was like, you're never going to be good. And a lot of them actually changed their style up and became these great long-term players. Look at this. Lenok, Lucky. There's actually a lot of them. The best FOU has actually become quite good.
Yeah. He's been rapidly improving.
Oz, you kidding? It's so good.
Well, Oz is so good. So it looks like we're going to have a very traditional opener here for Terran versus Zerg in this matchup. The ICB just checking to see when the spawning pool, where it is. See that Zerg has gas, and they'll be leaving shortly after that.
It's pretty standard openings by both. MVP probably going to go ahead and expand immediately off these reactor battalions. Will he go immediate 3 command center? I think there's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, that's a build that he uses a lot. He feels very comfortable with. And I would not be surprised. But, you know, I wonder what Lucky's actually going to have planned here. Because as we saw last game, he actually... It's hard to remember the beginning of last game because the end was so fantastic. But he killed 13 SCVs in the beginning.
Yeah. And
that was actually a big deal.
Well, that was the moment where Lucky had the room to do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, he's playing mech. He kills off 13 SCVs, and it's like, well, mech, you still can't move out, and you're going to be a little bit slower. And he won by pretty slim margins there, so... I mean, I wonder what happens if he doesn't actually go for that opener that he went for.
Well, as you can see here, it's not surprising that he picked Antigua Shipyard. MVP has not lost a game on that map.
Yeah, 7-0 is pretty sick. 3-2 for Lucky, not bad. If you have a winning record on any map as a pro gamer, you are so good. People actually don't realize that, like, over a long period of time in the pro scene, almost every pro will be right close to 50%. Like, the top pros are going to be, if you have 60%, you're a monster. And if you have higher than that, you're a god.
Yeah.
It's actually the way it is. It's like kind of fun.
Well, it's so competitive. It's like there's just so many good players now that I think, generally speaking, people tend to have this idea in their mind that the best player in the world obviously has like a 95% win record or something. It's like that never happens. It's actually much lower.
No. And if you have the, you know, we've seen people with over 70% win in some matchups in StarCraft 1. Those are players that, like, are Bonjour status, you know, those are banjos, man.
Banjoas.
Yeah. And it's players like Flash or Jadon. And it's so rare.
So, as you can see here...
actually, MVP has a pretty bad record against FXO overall.
I saw that. That was interesting.
Kind of have his number.
All right, so the Overlord here, that's just to confirm that the Terran is not meching. He sees 3 bricks, goes, okay.
Yeah, it's just he got a decent amount of information.
Yeah.
He has a general idea of what's going on here. And you know, this game MVP certainly did not.
Oops, looks like he missed the add-on there.
Oops. That's not how to attach that MVP. Alright, so MVP did not go for the 3 command centers. So when he wants to take his 30, he's just going to have to build a fresh new one. Looks like he might be going for, you know, maybe he's saying, okay, I still want to play safe. The 3 command centers sometimes is a little bit over greedy. So I'm going to go ahead and just do 2 and do a bio tank style of play. And that wouldn't be a terrible choice. Not at all.
Yeah, I think
Lucky though. Look at that setup. That's very nice. You're never really going to get through there.
Well, I think he's just noticed that, you know, MVP is winning a lot of his games with just the Hellions doing so much damage to the drones. Did he see that drop ship, Medevac?
No, he hasn't. Oh, wait. Oh, I think he actually...
We'll know when we see where his army is when it comes.
I think that his Zergling may have caught a glimpse.
But that doesn't mean that Lucky actually saw it with his own eyes.
By the way, he does have 2 Evos getting 1-1, so he's already planning to go heavy Zergling, and he's already making a lot of Zerglings. A lot of Zerglings. That's a great position.
Using the Hellions there on the low ground to cover.
And Lucky messing up right there, Tasteless. That was a great position for MVP. He should have walked back with those Zerglings, waited for more to hatch, waited for the queens. As is, he
might actually die to this.
He's going to definitely take a lot of damage.
Well, he's going to get all these drones now. Lucky's not actually moving.
Ouch, ouch. And now he might get the spawning pool, which would be huge. You do not want to have to rebuild that spawning pool, but it looks like he's going to have to.
Well, I don't know, guys. I mean, this is even that angle there is actually perfect for. I can't believe how much damage that did. That's going to be so hard to recoup from.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, it's 94 to 68 supply to put it into some perspective.
And as you can see now, yeah, he's just going to try to push. He's saying, all right, well, I got the spawning pool, so I'll just...
Well, he can't make any more units.
Yeah.
What can he actually make?
He can't make anything.
He can make drones. That's it. So this push is actually funny and good. But the bad thing about the push is it's not a lot of units, and Lucky has 1-1 on his Zerglings, so it's a big deal. The Medevac going to continue to fly around.
Oh, I see. Oh my God, this is so smart.
It's so smart.
Yeah, this is so
actually
smart.
Probably going to be game ending, actually. That siege tank is going to spot. Baneling's coming a mile away and target them down. Oh man. Poor Lucky. He has not been lucky this game.
I think it's going to be GG in the next, a minute or so here. You can see there's a counterattack, which I don't believe is going to be very successful.
Yeah, they're already pretty damaged. There's plenty of Marines in combat shield and stim, siege tank as well. Yeah, everything will get taken out here.
And the siege tank does not die. And the spawning pool, unfortunately, is going to die again.
Oh boy. Well,
that's a really nice push, though, by him. I mean, I really like that.
Yeah, that's very, very smart. And there's just not much left for Lucky. He's making infestors. He does not even have pathogen glands, so when they come out, they are not even going to have a fungal for a very long time. And no fungal equals no dice here.
Yeah.
He's actually just right-clicking on that
the layer. Yeah. All right. We are watching a man die here.
Yes, we are. And MVP just going to keep sending more units.
Yep.
Let's kill the spawning pool again. GG. And that was kind of brutally one-sided right there, that one. Great drop. I do want to go over exactly where Lucky really messed up there, because when MVP first dropped, Lucky's like, well, I have a lot of lings, I'll just kind of go in. Well, here's the thing. He had more lings making. His queens weren't quite there yet, and MVP went back into a corner. Lucky actually should have pulled back and been like, all right, come forward, I'll surround you. I'll get good surface area. Instead, he gave the surface area advantage to MVP. His queens were late, so he couldn't even snipe medevacs. And that just snowballed completely out of control.
Yeah, I mean, that drop wasn't supposed to win the game, but I think he saw him
Wait,
kill
when he
those
killed
units,
that many
he's like-
Zerglings,
he's
it's like, well,
all right. I mean, I'll take that.
he's like, I guess I'll win the
So
game.
he's
here.
going to have to play. Oh my eye. He's going to have to play a lot better this time around. Right now, we need to. To be honest, I feel like he might be a little bit exhausted after that first game.
Could be.
I mean, that was a very exhausting, adrenaline rush of a game, and then he had to go right back into a normal Terran versus Zerg, and it was very clear that that game looked a lot more like the first set they played.
Yeah. Well, Tasteless, the next map is Daybreak, and that's a map that Zergs do love against Terrans.
Yeah.
But if there is one Terran that can win on this map, it's Jokchi. But if there's another one, it's MVP.
Yes. So, we're ready to go. I want to get this thing going. I'm excited. I want to see
Absolutely.
what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if one of these players will cheese. Because there are some pretty cool Zerg cheeses on this map where you just suddenly go mass speeding Bane, high economy style. And for Terran, there's all sorts of different call-ins, of course, on any map. But, does he fall back on his macro or does he try to get tricky? We'll see.
We'll see.
MVP wants this season, man. MVP wants to win every season.
Yeah. He's a champion.
Yeah,
That's
unfortunately for
Terran,
him, man, Nesty exists, so he can't win every season.
I love that we have these two nerd gods, Nesty and MC, or Nesty and MVP, excuse me. Well, MC can be a nerd god too. He's like a
kind of
nerd
is.
demigod.
Yeah. No, come on. He's kick-ass.
All right, let's get this going. MVP up against Lucky. Can Lucky upset this? He's done it once, but he has to do it twice.